Let's start our today's class for the preparation of scientific officer of plant breeding and genetics. Our today's class number is 16 and questions are MCQs. And this class is managed by EMSR. Let's move towards our first question. And the first question is that the error degree of freedom for randomized complete Bullock design with 6 genotypes and 3 replications is 18, 15, 12, or 10. And the correct one is a 10. Error degree of freedom when genotype 6 and replications are 3. Complete randomized Bullock design error degree of freedom will be 10. Heterosis is also called hybridization, hybrid weaker, heritability, none of these. The correct one is a hybrid weaker. Heterosis is also known as hybrid weaker. Our next question is that an individual acceding to its parents in a segregating generation is called transgressive segregates, heterosis, hybrid, or heterozygote. And the correct one is a transgressive segregates. An individual acceding to its parents in a segregating generation is called transgressive segregate. DNA sequence increasing the rate of transcription is called promoter, inducer, enhancer, or regulator. And the correct one is a enhancer. DNA sequence increasing the rate of transcription is called as enhancer. A cell with 2n plus 1 chromosomal complement is called trisomic, double monosomic, double trisomic, or aneuploid. And the correct one is a double trisomic. A cell with 2n plus 1 chromosomal complement is called as double trisomic. Our next question is that the process of making multiple copies of a gene is called cloning, transformation, replication, or multiplication. And the correct one is a cloning. Cloning is a process of making multiple copies of a gene. Our next question, the exact genetic replica of an individual is called transformant, phenocopy, clone, or duplicate. And the correct one is a clone. The exact genetic replica of an individual is called clone. Survival of the fittest theory was given by great biologist Darwin and Villas, Lamarck and Darwin, Lamarck and Spencer, Lamarck and Villas. And the correct one is a Darwin and Villas. Fittest theory was given by the great biologist Darwin and Villas. Our next question is that dash occurs in life cycle of an individual, a plant, or an animal when it has attained complete differentiation and the development of its reproductive organs. Meiosis 1, meiosis 2, meiosis, or mitosis. And the correct one is a meiosis. Meiosis occurs in life cycle of an individual. It may be a plant or animal when it has attained complete differentiation and the development of its reproductive organs. A human blindness trait is sex-influenced, sex-linked, sex-determined, or sex-limited. And the correct one is a sex-influenced. Human blindness trait is sex-influenced trait. Heritable variation is also known as genetic variation, phenotypic variation, environmental variation, or none of these. And the correct one is a genetic variation. Heritable variation is also known as genetic variation. Biometry can be defined as application of mathematics to biological problems, application of statistical mathematics to biological problems, application of graphic to biological problems, or application to geomatics to biological problems. And the correct one is a application of statistical mathematics to biological problems. Biometry can be defined as the application of statistical mathematics to a biological problem. Our next question is that in poultry, the male is homogametic, heterogametic, zygous, or heterogeneous. And the correct one is a homogametic. In poultry, male is a homogametic. The type of genotypes of a cross contrasting for two gene pairs 16, 4, 9 or 6, and the correct one is a 9. The types of genotypes of a cross contrasting for two gene pairs is 9. The number of homozygous genotypes in F2 of a cross between capital A, capital A, capital B will be crossed by small a and small b. It means, in other words, one parent is a dominant with a dominant and homozygous genes, and the other parent is a homozygous but a recessive genes. And the options are 2, 4, 6, or 9. And the correct one is a 4. The number of homozygous genotypes in F2 of a cross between homozygous dominant and homozygous recessiveness will be a 4. Which element is not found in a molecule of DNA? Carbon, sulfur, nitrogen, or oxygen? And the correct one is a sulfur. Sulfur is an element which is not found in a molecule of DNA. Our next question is that which is found in RNA but not found in DNA? Is a phosphate, adenine, ribose, or cytosine? And the correct one is a ribose. Ribose is present in RNA but not present in DNA. Our next question is that two polynucleotide chains in a molecule of DNA are held together by what type of bond? Phosphodiester bond, phosphate, peptide, or hydrogen? And the correct one is a hydrogen. Two polynucleotide chains in a molecule of DNA are held together by hydrogen bond. In general, most bacteria cells contain dash chromosomes, 0 chromosome, 1, 2, or 3, and the correct one is a 1. In general, most bacterial cells contain 1 chromosomes. Our next question is that continuous variation is caused by heritable factors, heritable and non-heritable factors, non-heritable factors, or some other unknown factors. And correct one is a heritable and non-heritable factors. The correct option. Continuous variation is caused by heritable and non-heritable factors. Qualitative variations is caused by minor genes, major genes, minor and major genes, or cytogenes, and the correct one is a major genes. Qualitative variations caused by major genes. General combining ability is the average performance of a line in series of crosses, single, double cross, or multiple crosses, and the correct one is a series of crosses. General combining ability is the average performance of a line in series of crosses. Our next question, heritability in the narrow sense is designated by a capital H square, small h square, or h square, or ns, and the correct one is a small h square ns. Genes located in which region of a eukaryotic chromosome are most likely to be transcribed? Centromere, telomere, euchromatin, or heterochromatin? And the correct one is a euchromatin. The genes located in euchromatin region of a eukaryotic chromosome are most likely to be transcribed. Our next question is that at the end of meiosis, how much type of cells are formed? 8, 4, 1, or process, four types of cells are formed. What determines gene frequencies in populations? Through unequal rates of reproduction in different genotypes, mutation, natural selection, evolution, or variation. And the correct one is a natural selection. Natural selection determines the gene frequencies in population through unequal rates of reproduction in different genotypes. Our next question, the theory of the inheritance of the acquired characters was proposed by Darwin, Lamarck, De Vries, or Coens. And the correct one is a Lamarck. Theory of inheritance of acquired characters was proposed by Lamarck. Which crop is major edible oil producing after cotton in Pakistan? Is linseed, sesame, safflower, or brassicas? And the correct one is a brassicas. Brassicas crop is a major edible oil producing after cotton in Pakistan. Which of the following is a DNA base pair? AT, BC, AU, or GT? And the correct one is a AT. AT is the DNA base pair. Which of the following is not an RNA base? E, thiamine, adenine, uracil, or guanine? And the correct one is a thiamine. Thiamine is not part of the